All right, what's up, everybody? Let's talk about Digital Realty Trust. We're going to be talking about DLR today. Welcome to PriceIsKing.com. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm, so please go ahead and make sure you hit that. And so let's get right into it. DLR, why you should be buying DLR. What's going on with DLR and what is DLR, right? So we all know, and you may not know what DLR is, but Digital Realty, they own and operate like 300 data centers across the world. And they have a lot of, I think, millions and millions of square feet of rentable space. With that said, we're going to be looking at it from a technical perspective. We're going to be looking at it and analyzing the chart. We're not going to be doing the fundamentals. There's a lot of good things that are happening with DLR. The long-term trajectory is steady. It's really good. There's a huge demand for their services, and so this is a company. Obviously you talk to your financial advisor and whatnot. I'm not a financial advice guru, and I'm not there to give you any financial advice, so make sure you talk to your financial advisor. But from my perspective, what my opinion, what I feel like, this is a stock that it's going to continue to do well, and so I think it's a great buy, and I'm going to show you here why you think you should have this in your portfolio. All right, so let's get started. I'm on a daily chart right now. What you're looking at is a daily yearly chart daily, and what I'd like to do is, when I'm searching for stocks, I'm looking at a couple of things, right? Volume is one. I also look at the MACD, which you see on the screen, and I have a customized MACD as well. And in this case, what I did was I filtered the MACD when it crosses over the zero line, and it triggers an alert for me. And as you can see, there's a cross that's happening, but at the same time, over here, I see a cross above the zero line. You could see it barely, but what I'll tell you right now is my alert kicks it off, and it tells me that, hey, you know what, there's an opportunity here. Take a look. And did some research on this particular company and stock and dividends, what they're offering. It's a pretty stable company, and it's going to continue to have a stable trend upwards. Obviously, what's happening with the market and whatnot, we're hitting all-time highs and across the sector in some places, and so there's certainly going to be some pullback. So when you see that, this may be an opportunity that you want to take a look and add to your portfolio. Certainly I will, and I want you to just kind of take a look at why I'm saying that. Okay, so first thing first, I told you the MACD, it went ahead and went over the zero line. And so that's one thing. I see the volume here past couple of days have been pretty good. I mean, that one just kind of blew it away. And then, it's going to have that upward trend. But I also see a lot of buying activity that's going on, right? 58% buyers. And then let's take a look at the actual technical chart up here. So you could see, excuse me, you could see that it's on an upward trend. Right, it's making these higher highs. There was a dip here. That's because it was below the RAM indicator. As you can see, there's a lot of things going on here. And the Bollinger Band, compared to the RAM indicator, is what I tend to generally look at as well. That kind of gives me a better indication, along with the MACD alert that I got. Okay, and when you see this right now, the past few weeks, maybe a month, you see a lot of sideways activity, and what triggered it was the MACD going above the zero line, and you have this one pointing upwards. Sorry, I zoomed in a little bit so that it looks very squeezed, but that's what we're looking at. But at the same time, look over here. All right, it's above the RAM indicator. It's above the mid band. You see the past few days, the RAM indicator and the mid band held it in. It held it in nicely. Okay, there was some good news about the stock, so it's trying to gravitate towards the high. So now what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out and see where do you think it's going to be headed towards. Okay, right, and I'd like to put in, like with all my charts, take a look at where all the resistant points are. Where do we see sort of support area? This generally looks like another support area, and maybe this top right here. As you can see, this one kind of coincides with today's candle, right? It kind of touched that and it kind of came down, so it wants to try to break this, and it will try to go ahead and break this because of all the other factors that I have. And if you continue to take it out a step further, you'll see that there's a period where it was coming down, and then it broke that trend. This, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit more. There you go. For the last year, you could see this trend of it going down, and then as you can see, if I had another line over here showing you this downward, and then I can put another parallel over here going this way. As you can see, it broke that right around here back in July of last year. Okay. Obviously, I wasn't looking at this. My alert didn't trigger me during that time for this particular thing, but that just kind of gives me an idea that it's on its way up, right? Now, if you were to go ahead and continue to see where this one is going, we're going to kind of try to put a marker as well on this to see if it continues on its way up. And so this is another support area that you want to be mindful of, right? When it continues to ride itself up. And so we see this channel pattern going upwards, and right now it's on the bottom leg of this, and it will try to hit the 170s. That is the next goal, right? So we see this kind of pattern going in. We want to make sure that this holds it in, and it will. Once it does that, then what we want to do is we want to watch out for that. Okay. There's one thing that I wanted to do. Let's take a step back. I wanted to add sort of an extension, Fibonacci extensions, and see where exactly. Let's see what is going on here. Let's see where it goes. So right now we have high. So this low, if it were to fall down, right, we're looking at possibility of $96, somewhere around that range, if it were to crash, right? So this is the area where it would most likely try to target. Usually, first thing first, the 38.2 and then the 61.8 is where it tries to gravitate towards, right? That's if there was some sort of a pullback with the market, the market conditions deteriorate, right? Or at least from a perspective of having making all-time highs with all these for Dow and whatnot, we noticed that there's a chance that this could be a pullback, right? So you want to be mindful of that as well. But in terms of like extension, let's see how far this will go. Let's see what we can see. Let's see what are we targeting? We have the 50% right here. It's already did the 61.8. and so that's already hit that. That's great. So the next leg up is right around here, which is 157, and then the next leg up is 167. Right, 57, 67, we're looking at that target area based on the fibs, right? And this is just if you take a step back, look at it from that perspective, right? Let me know what you think. PriceIsKing.com. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Really appreciate you guys, and the likes and subscribes. They really help with the algorithm on the YouTube, so please make sure you do that. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there's any other stock that you want me to do. I'll be happy to take a look at it. PriceIsKing.com. Thanks for watching.